Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time we're tackling, communication and how our personalities play into it, achieving our goals.
Absolutely.
You sent this ebook our way. It's called Mitmenschenziele erreichen,
Yes.
which I'm told means reaching goals with people.
Right.
And you really want to kind of dig into the secrets of how we can be more effective communicators.
Yeah.
So let's dive into this work by Claudia Henrichs.
Okay.
She's a German consultant, and she really focuses on making communication smoother, especially in nursing homes.
Right. And you know what I found really interesting is how much the ebook emphasizes that communicating effectively isn't just about speaking well.
Right.
It's really about understanding the other person and tailoring your approach to their personality.
At first I thought, isn't that kind of manipulative?
Oh, yeah.
But the more I read, the more I realized it's more about empathy.
Yes.
And understanding,
Yeah.
really getting where the other person is coming from.
Yeah. It's interesting, this fascination with personality types has been around for centuries.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You remember Hippocrates, the ancient Greek physician?
Vaguely, yeah.
Well, he categorized people into 4 temperaments.
Okay.
Melancholic, phlegmatic, choleric, and sanguine.
I had no idea the roots went back that far.
It's fascinating.
So how did we get from those ancient Greek ideas to these models that we use today?
Well, there were lots of important people, but 2 that stand out are Carl Jung with his work on archetypes, and then Max Luscher, who really explored the connection between color and personality.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and their work really laid the groundwork for many of the modern personality typing systems that we use today.
Like the DSG model.
Like DSG, exactly.
Featured in this ebook.
Yes.
So let's unpack this DSG model.
Okay.
What do those letters even stand for?
So it stands for dominant, influencing, steady, and conscientious.
Okay.
But the key here is we all have aspects of all 4 types within us. Just like you might like all kinds of music but have favorite genre.
Right.
It's about understanding which of these traits are most dominant.
So you're not saying I'm permanently slotted into one category?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's about recognizing strengths and preferences.
Okay.
The ebook gives a good example. Imagine a job interview.
Okay.
One candidate's very dominant and the other's more steady.
All right.
The dominant candidate might immediately focus on things like salary and promotion opportunities.
Makes sense.
How quickly can they climb the ladder?
Yeah, they want to take charge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The steady candidate, though, might be more interested in things like company culture, team dynamics, long-term stability.
I like that.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really interesting to me.
Okay.
The ebook has this great example about 4 nursing home directors.
Oh, yeah.
Each with a distinct DISG profile.
Yes.
And it was so fascinating how their personalities show up in everything.
Yes.
From their morning routines to how they decorate their offices.
That's such a good point. It's a great way to illustrate how these traits actually appear in real life. So, for example, you have one director who is very high in that dominant type, and his office is meticulously organized, color-coded everything in its place.
Oh, wow.
And then you have another director who's very high in the influencing trait.
Okay.
And her office is completely different, decorated with photos and motivational posters, bright colors, just a real hub of energy.
Oh, wow. So different.
Completely different. And it really shows you how these personality types manifest in a really tangible way.
Wow. I can almost picture those offices in my mind.
Yeah, me too.
It makes me wonder, are these personality types reflected in how we talk to each other?
Oh, absolutely. There's a great quote in the ebook from Socrates. It says, speak so I can see you. And it really highlights how much our language offers a glimpse into our inner world.
That's a powerful idea.
Yeah, it's about how we approach life.
So how does this play out with this DSG model?
Well, the ebook talks about the different communication styles of each type.
Okay.
So, for instance, dominant types tend to be very direct, to the point.
Okay.
While influencing types are usually really enthusiastic, expressive, they love to tell stories and use vivid imagery.
So they paint a picture with their words.
Exactly. What about the other 2 types?
Yeah. What about steady and conscientious?
So steady types, they really value harmony and connection.
Okay.
They're patient listeners, and they speak in a very calm, reassuring way.
The peacemakers.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then conscientious types, they prioritize accuracy and precision.
Oh. Okay.
So their communication is usually detail-oriented,
I see.
focused on facts, logic, and data.
As you're describing these communication styles, I'm thinking about past interactions where I felt like I just wasn't getting through
Oh, interesting.
to the other person.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it was because our communication styles were just clashing.
That's a great observation. We often try to communicate our message
Right.
without even considering the receiver's personality
Yeah.
or how they like to communicate.
Makes sense.
And that's where this idea of pacing comes in.
Pacing, what's that?
So pacing is about intentionally adapting your communication style to match the other person's.
Oh, interesting.
It's like finding a shared rhythm in a conversation.
Okay.
But I do want to emphasize that pacing is not about manipulation.
Okay, good.
It's about making a genuine connection
Right.
with the other person.
So meeting them where they are.
Exactly.
Speaking their language, so to speak.
Yes, exactly. So for example, if you're talking with a dominant type, you want to be concise and direct.
Okay.
Really focus on the key points.
Got it.
But if you're talking to an influencing type, you might need to bring more energy and enthusiasm.
Very good. I'm excited.
Exactly. Highlight the exciting possibilities.
And what about someone with a steady personality? How would you approach them?
With steady types, patience and empathy are key. They want to feel heard and understood. So take the time to really listen to them
Okay.
and show genuine interest in what they have to say.
So what about conscientious types? They sound like they need a lot of information to be convinced.
You're right. With a conscientious type, it's super important to be prepared and organized.
Okay.
Present your ideas logically with data facts and a clear rationale.
They don't want any fluff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They appreciate thoroughness and attention to detail.
This is all making so much sense. It's like having this new toolkit to understand people.
Right.
But how do we actually use this in real life?
Well, the ebook actually has a ton of practical tips
Okay.
for working with the different DISG types
Okay.
in all sorts of scenarios.
Like what?
From delegating tasks and making decisions to resolving conflicts and giving feedback.
It's about taking this theory and making it actionable.
Exactly. The ebook actually provides specific strategies for each type.
Oh, that's helpful.
So, for example, with a dominant type, you want to be super clear about expectations. The deadlines give them some autonomy to get things done.
It makes sense.
But with someone who has a strong, steady personality, you want to provide a supportive environment.
Right.
Emphasize teamwork and recognize their contributions.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really appreciated the part of the ebook that talked about how even strong personality traits
Yeah.
can have their downsides.
Oh, absolutely. Even positive qualities can become a problem if they're taken too far.
Right.
Like a dominant personality can become overbearing if they don't learn to let go of some control.
And a conscientious person could get stuck in analysis paralysis.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that we need to be self-aware
Yeah.
as much as we try to understand others.
Can't really communicate well.
Absolutely. The more self-aware we are, the better we can adapt to different people.
And that adaptability is so important when it comes to relationships.
It really is. The ebook actually starts with a personal story from the author
Really?
about a time she didn't reach her goal because she didn't consider her boss's personality.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So she was pitching this idea that she was super passionate about,
Okay.
but it just fell flat.
Ah.
And she later realized it was because she hadn't even thought about her boss's personality.
It's a big oversight.
It turns out he was very much a conscientious type. And she had presented her idea in a way that didn't appeal to his need for data and analysis.
So what did she do?
Well, she restructured her presentation,
Okay.
focused on facts and figures,
Uh-huh.
presented it in a very logical way.
I see.
And when she emphasized all the research she had done,
Yeah.
she finally got the approval.
Wow, what a great example of how even a brilliant idea can fail
Yeah,
if it's not communicated the right way.
exactly.
Yeah, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it
Exactly.
and who you're saying it to.
And that's what's so fascinating about this ebook.
Yeah.
It doesn't just give you the static framework of the DSG model.
Right. Yeah.
It really encourages you to see it as this dynamic tool.
For understanding people and then adapting your communication.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing those patterns, but also being sensitive to individual differences.
As we've been talking, I've been thinking about how I could apply this in my own life.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have this meeting coming up where I need to present a new project proposal.
Okay.
And knowing everyone's DSG profile could really help me tailor my presentation.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So let's say one of the stakeholders is very dominant.
Okay.
You might want to anticipate some tough questions from them.
Yeah, be ready to back up my ideas.
Exactly, and really show your expertise.
And if there's someone who's more of a steady type,
Mm-hmm.
I might focus on building rapport
Yes.
highlighting how this project will benefit the whole team.
That's exactly right. By understanding their motivations
Yeah.
and communication preferences, you can really tailor your approach.
To get everyone on board.
Exactly.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
It really has.
It's like I have this new lens to see my interactions with others. And that's the beauty of exploring these ideas, right?
Yeah.
It's not about putting people into boxes.
Yeah.
It's about understanding what makes them tick.
So what's the one thing our listeners should take away from all of this?
Here's a thought-provoking question for you.
Okay.
Think about an interaction you have coming up where you really want to achieve something. It could be a meeting, a family discussion,
Yeah.
even a negotiation.
Okay.
Now ask yourself, knowing about the DISG model, how could I change my communication style to better connect with the other person?
That's a great question to think about.
And remember, we've only just scratched the surface here.
Right. There's so much more to explore.
Exactly.
If you're ready to dive deeper, we have a bunch of resources on personality typing on our website.
As you learn more, I encourage you to really pay attention to those subtle cues in how people talk, behave, even their surroundings.
Yeah.
You'll start to see these patterns everywhere.
It's like unlocking a secret code.
It is.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. But keep diving deep. Keep exploring.
And keep those insightful questions coming.
We'll be here to help you navigate this fascinating world of knowledge and ideas.
Absolutely.
Until next time.